There are several ways you could go about doing this problem. You could find the common denominator first and combine the fractions. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to simplify each of these first. And what I mean by that is just get the I out of the denominator on both of them. So in this first fraction, in order to get rid of the I, make sure I'm not dividing by I need to multiply by the conjugate of this. And I'm not really multiplying by the conjugate, I'm multiplying by 1. So I'm going to multiply by that version of 1. Move this down a little bit so we can still see it. And when I do that, up top I have 1 times that. So my numerator is just going to be that. And my denominator is this times itself. And when I multiply that out, remember the middle term is going to drop out. That's why I chose the conjugate. I, negative I. So what I end up with is 1 times 1 is 1. I times negative I is negative I squared, which is negative negative 1. So this is basically 1 plus 1. So I have a denominator of 2. And that's going to be minus this one. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to simplify this one as much as I can, get the imaginary component out of the denominator. Again, I'm going to use the conjugate. This is 1 minus I, so I'll use 1 plus I. And the reason why I'm choosing that is because when I multiply this out, that middle term is going to drop out. That's by design. Notice up top I just have 1 multiplied by that, so it's just 1 plus I. And then let's resolve this. Middle term drops out. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative I times negative I squared, which is the same as negative 1. So 1 minus negative 1, which is 1 plus 1, 2. So once I've done that, they actually end up with the same denominator. So now I can just do the subtraction. Since they're both in terms of halves, it's this minus that. And that negative is going to get distributed into there. So it's 1 minus I minus 1 minus I over 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Negative I minus I is negative 2I. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it's negative I.